Hi, this is Jonathan Rosenhead, Torah and Psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post for Pasha Shemos, we're going to actually focus on the word Shemos. The Mefarshim, and in particular the Gemara in Brachos, focuses on the word Shemos, and we see within it, embedded within the word Shemos, is an acronym. Shin Mem Vav Tov can stand for Shnayim, Mikra, Targum. And from this, there is an established custom, the minhag of studying the parsha of the week, going through the psukim twice, and also learning Targum or Rashi to go with it. And this is a well-established minhag to make sure that every week the person goes through the parsha in this way with Shnayim, Mikra, Targum. But what's an important point that can be focused on from a psychological perspective is how the Gemara in Brachos takes this idea and links it and presents an apparent reward of long life. And if you study Shnayim, Mikra, Targum, you'll be rewarded with lengthening of your days, with longevity, with long life. Now, this reward, this idea of Arichas Yamim does appear, as we know, but it appears in a few times. We can say one with Kibbud Avim and with Shiluach Haken, specific mitzvahs where the Torah actually depicts what the mitzvah is and the reward as well of long life. But here we have a vague acronym, something that can be learnt out in an abstract way, which the Gemara interprets and explains that it's learning Shnayim, Mikra, Targum, which can be rewarded, which will be rewarded with long life. It's unclear exactly what the connection or how we get to this significant reward. But from a psychological perspective, I would like to suggest that it's not just a reward the way it's presented in the psukim, but we could say that the way that the Torah is learning out the Shnayim, Mikra, Targum in an indirect way, in a vague way, and how it's introduced as a custom, I think it's sending a message from a psychological perspective as someone taking the individual initiative to take upon and accept upon themselves and to be committed on a weekly basis to fulfill this, this objective, this goal of finishing Shnayim, Mikra, Targum. Number one is the personal decision of taking upon themselves this goal, which is the consistency. A goal which becomes consistent turns into a habit, and not only is this a habit, this is something which is healthy, giving a connection with Torah and mitzvahs, not just because of the overriding mitzvah obligation of Hagisa Bayom Valayla, of studying Torah, but it introduces a healthy habit of consistency of learning Torah, learning something which gives purpose and meaning, but also, more than that, also, in addition, structure to your day, structure to your week, structure to the yearly cycle of completing the Shnayim, Mikra, Targum. So all these things are very valuable ingredients to living a life which is healthy, which is structured, which has meaning and purpose to it, which has consistency to it as well, and a sense of achievement as well. All these are valuable psychological elements that give a person a sense of self-worth, a sense of direction, a sense of connection to oneself and to others, and to something which is significant and meaningful, which is the Torah and mitzvahs and a connection with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. So if we put that all together, in a sense, it's not because it's a tzivui, a commandment in the Torah, but because someone chooses to do it. They're choosing to infuse within their life all these ingredients, which creates, as a natural result, as a natural product of this decision, you create a life which is healthy, which is more balanced, which is striving towards development and progress, that you would say as a natural psychological result, a person hopefully will be inculcating within their life healthy elements that will create a life which, as it develops, is a life which is focused on living a balanced life, a healthy life, which we will say will naturally end, hopefully, what is being hinted at is that it will lead to a long life. If you have these ingredients and you do it's to the best of your ability to make sure that you're creating this structure, that a life that is functioning in a healthy way, which has the right focus and the right environment, it will lead to arichas yamim. It will lead to, as the Gemara says, a long life. So if we see from this quite ambiguous concept of Shnayim, Mikra, Targum, how it's taught, we get an important lesson of making sure that we structure our life with healthy, good values and psychological elements, which will lead to a good, healthy, balanced life. Have a good Shabbos and keep well.